In this video, I will explain the carving tools and sharpening equipment you will need. For information on suppliers, please refer to the kit list, which you can download from my website. There are just 4 tools you will need for carving the puppet. A whittling knife, a shallow gouge, a bench hook, you can make your own, and 2 small clamps. Let's look at the whittling knife first. This is a Flexcut detail knife. If you are searching for it online, it has product code KN13. The blade is 1.5 inches long, which is long enough for roughing out small projects such as this one. But it also has a fine point, which is great for carving detail. There are 2 main knife holds I use. The whittling hold and the scoring hold. I will talk more about those in a later video. Now for the shallow gouge. This is a Flexcut number 3 gouge, 16mm. That's product code SK400. The number 3 means it has a shallow scoop. The higher the number, the deeper the scoop. And the blade is 16mm wide. There are 2 palm holds I use. The thumb hold and the index hold. Again, I will explain more about these in a later video. Here's why I recommend Flexcut chisels. There are 2 reasons. Reason 1, you can buy interchangeable handles. For this project, I'm using the palm handle. That's product code SK102. If you have much larger hands than me, you might prefer the ABS handle, which is a little bit bigger. That's product code SK100. There is also the power handle, so you can adapt your tools for mallet carving, but you won't need one of those for this project. Reason 2, Flexcut tools are great for beginners, because if you compare them to other makes, you'll see that the steel is much thinner. This means they are much easier to sharpen. Next, let's look at the bench hook. I made this one from 3 pieces of wood. A plank, measuring 120mm wide, 18mm thick, and 200mm long. And 2 lengths of 20 by 20mm strip wood, both measuring 200mm long. It's assembled with 4 screws. The bench hook hooks onto a table edge and acts as a carving stop. Alternatively, if you don't mind screw holes, you can screw a wooden stop onto your table. Finally, there are the 2 clamps, called ratchet clamps or spreader clamps. These will help to keep the carving in place. You will also need some sharpening equipment. I will demo sharpening in full in video 4. But for now, here's what you will need. A strop with polishing compound and a slip strop with polishing compound. There are also some homemade alternatives. This is a double-sided leather strop. It has a suede-like texture. I dress the strop with compound and use it to polish my whittling knife. You can buy a strop like this one, or you can make your own. You will need some leather. The rough side is better than the shiny side. Glue the leather onto a rigid surface and dress it with polishing compound or strop paste. This is a Flexcut slip strop. It has lots of different profiles for polishing the inside of chisels, and a flat area for polishing the outside of chisels. I dress the slip strop with compound and use it to polish my gouge, inside and outside. You can buy a slip strop like this one, or you can make your own from a block of wood. There's an offcut in the carving kit that you can use. You will need some Autosol metal polish. I will explain more in video 4. To look after your tools and prevent rust, wrap them in an oily cloth or coat the blades with oil on a regular basis. Last but not least, have a first aid kit nearby when you're carving. Here's some ideas of what it should contain. In the next video, I will explain the paints, glues and assembly tools you will need.